it's an interesting thing, right? Because I think most people just kind of doing this, damn, I hope I can just make a fuck ton of money, right? But nobody even knows what that means. What is a fuck ton of money? What are you working towards, right? The only reason to become a billionaire is for the impact part of it. Other than that, once you hit 10 million, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Scorch the Fears. We have Danny Harrison on today, a good friend of mine, somebody who I've been watching rise through the ranks of Astro, and somebody who I was, you know what? I think it's worth it. I think it's time that he comes on Scorch the Fears. I think he's earned it. I think he's been doing a lot of stuff. I saw him win. He's the only other person who won the social media challenge with me, and he was doing it without a social media manager, which is pretty damn sick. Most people I know definitely didn't win, and they definitely didn't have social media managers. So the fact you did that was pretty dope. Guys, if you're on Instagram, come on to YouTube. That's where you can actually hear Danny talk. By Instagram, I'm just using you guys to funnel you into YouTube. Come onto my YouTube. It's Jonah Corchin. That's where you're going to see all the magic. So Danny, my man, how you doing?
Doing amazing, man. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for being here. So real quick, just introduce yourself, introduce what you've been mainly doing in real estate, what you've been doing, what you're starting to do. I know you guys have the 100 units in 100 days. I've been paying attention with you and Stefan. So let's just talk real quick, just about your background, what you've done in real estate so far, what you're trying to do, all that good stuff. Give a quick intro.
Awesome. Yeah. So, yep, Danny Harrison, that's my name. Got started in real estate. I would say I'm coming up on, within the next few months, coming up on 2 years. Started out, fix and flip, wholesale. I joined Astro flipping December of 2021. And that's really what got me started, because I was watching Jerry Norton on YouTube. Shout out to Jerry Norton too. And I was playing YouTube University, and I kept seeing ads for this Jamil dude. Finally signed up, joined Astro flipping. It completely changed my life, because it actually pushed me to take those action steps. It gave me the course. It's okay, do this, 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 and this. And it gave it in order. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. So I just followed the steps, and it was up from there. So Astro flipping teaches people how to wholesale, but I had my first property that got brought to me was the opportunity to flip with one of my friends. So the first property I ever got, I did a fix and flip, which might not be the best idea for some people, but for me, I feel like it was a great experience, because I went through the hard parts first, and I started fix and flipping before I started wholesaling. So then when I got to wholesaling, it seemed it was just a lot easier for me, because I already knew rehab costs. I basically knew my way around a property. So it just kind of kicked the learning curve on that side of things. And then I just basically from there just had to learn how to acquire the properties. And my main way for that is, I'm sure most of you guys have heard of it, just agent outreach, getting deals that way. So no marketing spend, and then that's what I've been doing for the past, I guess you could say, year and a half. Little over a year and a half.
I love it. Where are you in your business right now? I'm just curious, where do you have employees? Are you solopreneuring it? What are the achievements we should highlight?
Okay. So that was the goal. Earlier this year, I was in a partnership that fell apart. So partnership blew up, kind of went down burning. So then essentially I was on my own again. So part of me thrives off of teamwork. So that kind of set me back a little bit, to be honest. But I always had the vision, I always kept pushing through. So I was still doing some wholesale deals, but I was just a one-man show. So, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me put my phone on silent. But yeah, I was a one-man show, just making things happen. And then I aligned with Stefan Lopez. I'm sure a good bit of you know Stefan as well. And from there, we did some deals together, did some deals with him in San Antonio. My main market's Atlanta, so doing deals over there. But I never had a team. I never hired anyone, didn't even hire a VA. I haven't even got that far yet, but I've still been successful in just doing things on my own. So that's just how far the team goes. Then if we want to dig down the rabbit hole of what I'm doing now with the multifamily, now we've kind of created a team around that.
I love it. So you've been mainly focusing on multifamily. Like you
Well,
aren't even
as
really
of
focusing. You're not really focusing on wholesaling much.
not anymore, not anymore. So still doing it on the side, still doing when wholesalers are bringing me deals. Of course, I'm going to look at them, say, hey, is one of my buyers interested in this? Or I basically just doing it that way. But I'm not doing a bunch of new outreach anymore. I'm just doing my follow-ups with the agents I'm already in communications with. And then we're going all in on the multifamily.
I love it. And that was just because of why? Why'd you make that switch?
Well, part of me got burnt out on wholesaling just because I was okay, cool. I can get a 10K check here, 10K check there. Maybe sometimes I know Jonah has got 100K checks before out in Cali. That's freaking
Yeah, those are
insane.
fun.
But it's no, just it just got it was I did it for a while and it just kind of I was okay, cool. It's just contracts. And I'm more of a visual person. I part of me was okay, multifamily is the dream. And everyone I talk to in real estate, not everyone, but most of the people are, oh yeah, I'd love to have multifamily one day, build a bunch of doors, do all this, but they're just trying to build up this crazy wholesaling business to get there. And I'm thinking, why am I allocating so much time on this wholesaling business when I could just go straight into multifamily?
True.
So that was my whole mindset around that. And me and Stefan were kind of on the same track with that. He went to this multifamily event in San Diego. He's like, bro, screw single family. Let's go all in on multifamily. I was like, bro, let's do it. Let's do it. What do I have to lose? You know? So I didn't have a team. I didn't have anything else. I was just doing it on my own. So let's dig into this multifamily. So then we decided to partner together on that, and we brought a few other people into the mix as well. So we met a few people in Miami, people in Sub 2, Mike Feldman, Tony Jira. So shout out to those guys. They're awesome. So we decided to partner with them on our multifamily company. So me and Tony are more on the marketing side of things, bringing leads in and doing all the kind of day to day and putting the word out there. We're still trying to figure out everyone's roles. This has all started within the last week, by the way. So
Right.
just now jumping into it. And Mike's doing more of like a back end. He's more of an integrator. And Stefan's okay, I'm a shark. Let me get on these phones. Let me close these people. And let me underwrite these deals too. So we're all doing a little bit of underwriting. Still trying to figure out everyone's roles, but so we've kind of got a little team going. And the Jonah said a minute ago, the goal is 100 doors in 100 days. So we started our 100 days on, I'm pretty sure we started on Monday. So we got some time to go, and we're just basically focusing all on multifamily for the next 100 days. And then
I
it's
love it. I
roll.
love that because I think more people should be doing stuff like that. Honestly, I spent 3 years building this wholesaling business, so at this
Mhm.
point, I want to just keep it there, right?
Yep.
But I totally get it for people who, if you were just a solopreneur in wholesaling and you're like, screw it, let's just skip steps. I like skipping steps.
Yeah.
I own a few single family rentals. They're trash. Guys,
Dude, I agree.
single family rentals is a trash business. Multifamily rentals, you get the scale that's necessary for you to be able to actually crush things, right? So I've been on the education part right now with me. I've been trying to connect with Vina to do more multifamily stuff. I have goals for multifamily too, but I agree with you too. Most people are like, oh, I want to get into multifamily, but then they're not doing anything. So I commend you guys. You guys are actually doing something. You're like, no, we're freaking doing it, right? So I love it. I love to see it. So it's awesome. It's very fun to see. I love it. So cool. Awesome. So let's go through your real estate journey a little bit though. When you were starting off in real estate, what were your greatest fears or what was your greatest fear and how'd you overcome it?
Hmm. That's a good one. What was my greatest fear? I suppose my greatest fear was I don't even know if this is the right answer, but maybe just not even being able to do it. But part of me, because people are always you guys always have that voice in your head that's telling you, "Oh, are you sure you can do this? Are you sure this is gonna work out?" Or maybe you should just be comfortable and don't go shooting for this crazy thing. You always have that voice in your head, right? So I
Right.
had that voice sitting to the side, but part of me always knew that I'm gonna be successful in everything I do. I just have to put my mind to it. So I guess part of my head was, oh, what if this doesn't work out? But part of my head was also, okay, sure, but I'm gonna go for it. If it does work out, then it's gonna be amazing. So I guess part of me was okay, that was there. And then I suppose losing money too. But I honestly didn't have too many fears jumping into it. I was just ready to learn and fail forward.
Okay, so how'd you start? How'd you hear about real estate investing? Let's start there.
So I always heard about real estate. People make money in real estate. Growing up, I always heard real estate, real estate, real estate. But so many people think real estate and they think get your real estate license. People think that all the time. But the crazy
Yep.
thing is, most of us investors, even when not licensed, know a lot more than licensed agents. It's a completely different dynamic. The investing side is just completely different. So I was maybe I'll be a real estate agent one day. Then I got this nice cozy job where last year, I mean, I was working it at the same time. I made 80 grand last year just on my W-2. So it was a nice job. So that's why it was so hard for me to leave. But I was thinking last year, I was, man, I was looking around me. I was the youngest one in my job. I was 20. These other people are 30s, 40s, and they're always complaining. That's one thing. I hate complaining. Just be grateful for where you're at. And if you don't where you're at, do something to change it. Do something to change your situation if you're really that upset, mad, depressed with what you got going on. Anyhow, I analyzed everyone around me. I was like, do I want to be in their shoes when I'm 30 years old, when I'm 40 years old? And my answer was no. I was like, okay, so what am I going to do to get myself out of this situation? And, I started watching YouTube videos. I found Jerry Norton. I was just trying, there's some backstory to this too. I was flipping cars on the side as well. And
Gotcha.
finding these cars, selling them, it was a tedious process. I was making $2,000-$3,000 a car, give or take. And I was, there's got to be an easier way to do this. So then that's when I was looking on YouTube as well. And then I don't know how I came across Jerry Norton. I saw Jerry Norton and wholesaling houses. And what I gotta say is I love Jerry Norton. Provides so much value just for YouTube videos to help people get the idea of what wholesaling real estate is.
Hmm.
And that opened my eyes up to everything investing. That's where I got started. It was July 2021. I just started watching his videos. For a while I stopped, then towards the end of 2021, I started watching them again. And then I kept getting these ads for this wholesaling genie, also known as Jameel with astro flipping. So one day I just randomly, finally, after seeing this ad 5, 10 times, I clicked on it. I signed up for a call. And next thing you know, I joined astro flipping and I had no idea what it was. So that's how it went. And then basically from there, I just followed the astro flipping course and just kept going up from there. That's how I
I
found real
love it.
estate. YouTube.
I love it. And then, so it was YouTube. And then talk a little bit more about that motivation, about that. I knew I had to change something. What was the vision you saw for your life if you had stayed in the same place? Because I think
So
I've learned negative reinforcement. I've learned that negative reinforcement, guys, that pushes you way farther than positive reinforcement. So it sounds like you did a negative reinforcement type of thing. So I want to hear, what were you seeing for yourself if you didn't make this motion? What was your life going to look like?
that's a good one. So growing up, my family struggled financially, and that was just something that always stuck with me. And I was just picturing myself, obviously, if I would have kept making that 80 grand a year or whatever, it's at least for most people working W-2 jobs, it's not good. Especially it's terrible in California, but over here in Georgia, it's not terrible, right? So I probably would have been fine. But was I okay with fine? No. I always wanted to shoot for the stars. I knew it ever since I was a kid, as little as I can remember. I just knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur from the little things. I was the guy flipping candy bars in freaking middle school, high school, flipping phones. I was always flipping things in school. So I always knew I was going to have my own thing. But no, I just say I'm just not okay with living my life not knowing what I could have been.
I
That was the
love
main
that.
thing.
I love that. That's cool. So then go even more into that. So what you could
Okay.
have been. It sounds motivational, and I getting into things that are a little bit different than just always what we hear on TikToks and shit like
Okay.
that. I knowing more than that. What are your goals? Let's go there actually. What are your goals? What do you want? What do you want out of your life? How do you and have you thought about it? And if you have, how did you even start thinking about it? How does one start doing that, setting goals?
Man. So it started out from, like I said, struggled when I was younger. And I just never wanted that for my future family. Right. So I was whatever I can do to be successful to just, my goal was never having to worry about money. So just having enough money to not be like, oh, well, we can't take the kids to Disney or we can't do this. We got to save our money. I never wanted to worry about that. So that was something I always thought about. Never want my family to struggle. I want to bless my parents. It's just wanting to help others around me and being able to give back. So that was the idea of reaching success, is getting to levels of wealth where I can see someone struggling and I can help them out without even thinking about it. Not even think about, oh, how am I going to pay for this? Oh, this single mom needs a car. Boom, there you go. Here's a car. It's stuff like that. That's my idea of success, just being able to give back and not think about it. That was kind of my vision. And then obviously I want nice things too. So sure, I want nice cars, I want a nice house, but I will say over the past few years, I've cared less about the dollar amount and just more about the impact and enjoying life. So I would say that I used to be really obsessed with the dollar amount until I realized there's more to life than money.
Gotcha. Love it. So what do you want that's more than money?
Dude, I don't know. It seems kind of funny and traditional, but I want to build a family legacy. I want a wife, I want kids, and I just want to have my beautiful little family and just build with them and just grow in life.
Gotcha. Cool. I like it, man. I mean, it's good to know what you want. The reason is just because I think very few people are in tune with it. I see that you're pretty in tune with it. You can at least know what you want, and that's good to see. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, right? Because I think most people just kind of doing this. Damn, I hope I can just make a fuck ton of money, right? But nobody even knows what
Yeah.
that means. What is a
Mhm.
fuck ton of money? What are you working towards, right? The only reason to become a billionaire is for the impact part of it. Other than that, once you hit 10 million, you're set for life.
Yeah.
You get 10 million in the bank, you have enough money for you and your family for the rest of your life easily. I just know this. I've talked to rich people before. That's where you can basically do anything. Maybe
Mhm.
not private jets, but more or less everything else.
Yeah.
You could live a normal life for the forever. So yeah, it's just an interesting thing to think about. So the multifamily. How are you starting in that? Because you don't do your partners have multifamily experience? I know you haven't done a multifamily deal yet, right? I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
I mean, I own a duplex, but,
Yeah, but
not
we're
even.
where you're trying to do 60, 70, 80,
Yes,
100 unit buildings, right?
yes.
I feel like it's a little
So
bit different of a beast. So have you
oh,
partnered with people that you know? How does one start doing that?
so so our goal right now is the partners I do have, this you guys people watching are think this is absolutely crazy, but this is the best part about it. So none of us working together to make this happen has any big multifamily experience, but we have the drive and just being able to get the know-how on how to make it happen. We're all looking, we're all focused in, and we know we're going to make this happen. And our basically what we have set up is we're looking for sponsors, we're looking for GPs for people to, because obviously we can't take down 100 unit by ourselves with no experience. No one's going to invest in that because they're going to be, oh, these guys don't know what they're doing. So our goal is for our first multifamily is to find a sponsor, find a GP, find people with the experience. And we're actually reaching out to them right now and saying, hey, can you guys give us advice as for what you're looking for? What is your buy box? If we were to find a deal and wanted to partner with you, what are you looking for? Oh, these are the states you're looking. Oh, this is what you're looking for. Oh, it has to be 6.8% cap, 7% cap rate, all that kind of stuff. We're asking them all the questions and taking note of it and just kind of bringing them feedback, bringing in leads. So we're leveraging other people's experience in that way. So our goal is to partner with some sponsors, some GPs, and make it happen that way.
Love it. Awesome. So have you partnered with them yet
So
or
it's
no?
not. So it'd be when we find a deal that would make sense for them is when that would kind of happen.
Makes sense.
So
Yeah,
so
I
that
mean, it's a good way to start because I feel partners are always the way you start in something that big because we're dealing with millions of dollars. It's not just wholesaling, right? Where you can
yeah.
kind of just screw up and nothing happens. This is okay. We got to actually know what the hell we're doing. So it's
Exactly.
an interesting thing. Well, have you thought about joining Vina's program? Do you know Vina Jetty? She's super
Oh
big
yeah,
in
Vina
Pace's
Jetty's
program.
awesome.
I know she started a program. I feel like you guys should join it.
You're probably right. We need to
It's
look into that. I
gonna be
haven't
an
been through it yet.
8K. It's gonna be 8K astro flipping, and I feel
Yeah.
like you want to be. It's gonna be a community of multifamily investors.
Mhm.
Astro sub 2. So I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I feel like that's something you should join.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
something we
join it.
definitely
Like it's
look into.
technically open. I can't go to the event. I told Vina, you have to make this where I can join this but not go to the event because I can't make the event.
Mm,
So because the event's at the end of October, I can't make
yeah,
it. But
I did hear about that.
yeah,
Mhm.
I think you should talk to Stefan and do that personally.
Yeah,
That's what I
I'm
would
gonna
do. I
go
would
ahead
be
and
there.
check that out.
It's already sold out, I think, but
Oh, really?
you definitely should go to stuff like that. Yeah, no, I get all of it. Now, why do multifamily versus wholesaling? What do you about multifamily so much more than wholesaling? What attracted you to that business versus the wholesaling business?
So I think there's a few things to it. So there's a bunch of benefits to multifamily, right? So obviously everyone wants cash flow. So where do you get cash flow? You don't get cash flow from wholesaling, that's active income. So you get cash flow from acquiring properties. And when you acquire single family, it's just maybe a little money at a time. When you acquire multifamily, the numbers are a lot bigger. You're making effort into this deal, but the numbers are a lot bigger. It's literally just adding a bunch of zeros to everything. It's bigger in that aspect. But cash flow, and then also one of the best parts is you get paid when you buy the multifamily and you get paid when you exit. So typically, when you buy a property, you're looking at probably getting about 5% on the buy side. And then we're looking for value add. So, however, we can increase rents, renovate, make things nicer. And then eventually, say in 5 years, we'll exit one multifamily and make a few $1,000,000, you know? So, we're looking at acquisitions, cash flow, and upside when we sell. There's just all in all, there's a lot more upside. Is what I think.
No, it makes sense. It's scalable, and also
Mhm.
the thing that I about it, and that's the only thing that would is good about having an active business at the same time is the depreciation. Because you're not gonna, I mean, you'll depreciate against your own cash flow, basically, would be the
Mhm.
idea, right? And whatever wholesale deals you do, that's kind of the
Yeah.
idea.
Mhm.
But explain depreciation to people real quick. Do you understand depreciation, right?
Yeah, I do.
More or
I'm
less.
more or less, yeah. So I know that you get a property, you can write off the 7 years in the first year. You can depreciate certain percentage. I know the basics
He
pretty
knows the
much.
basics. So basically, I'll explain it real quick. So if you do normal depreciation, it's whatever you bought the property for, you times it by zero point 0.8 to get rid of the land
Mhm.
value, and then you divide it by 27.5. And so
25.
let's say you bought a $10 million property, so then 8 million, and then you divide that by 27.5. However much that is how much you're paying. Basically, let's say you made 100K in salary, and then you got a depreciation of 100K. The IRS considers your salary $0 now. So then you pay
Yeah.
zero in taxes. In my opinion, that's what I about it the most is especially once you have that cash flow and appreciation and all that. There's just a lot of good benefits. So it makes sense to me. What are your greatest challenges right now? What are your challenges with this new business? What do you guys need? What has been things you guys have been working on?
So, biggest challenges, I would say just trying to figure everything out and figure out everyone's roles in the business, right? So we're still in the beginning stages. We're trying to hit the ground running. And the coolest thing about this though is we're all working on this together in person, right? So I'm in Georgia right now. I'm actually selling this house that I'm in because I'm moving down to Miami because our whole team is going to be working in Miami every day. We're going to be living together and working together and making this happen. So we're all going to be together. That's one of the benefits of this thing. So I'd say the challenge is finding where everyone fits in and just learning more about multifamily. Because guys, this is the greatest thing about this is I honestly don't know too much about it. But when I started fixing flipping, when I started wholesaling, I didn't know too much about it, but I still made a crap ton of money because I was just taking imperfect action and learning as I go and just, taking action and is the biggest step. So I think my favorite thing about this is I don't know much about it yet. And that's the
Oh, yeah.
challenge, but it's a fun challenge.
How are you going to resolve that challenge?
I'm gonna learn, you know?
But how are you going to learn? You got a plan?
So investing in mentorships, like you said, saving a
I
Jetty's
think you should
mentorship.
join Venus. I think you should join a mentorship. I think
Yeah.
you guys are missing a key component there where what you guys
So
should pay. And also hers is insanely cheap. Most of them will cost you 30K. Hers is going to cost you 8K. Cash shows up too.
yeah.
And you're also going to get a community. You guys should definitely look into that.
So
I think that's
Stefan's
your guys' next step.
actually already joined one.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to think of the dude's name, but it was the event he went to in San Diego, mastering. It's called Mastering Multifamily, I think. So
Yeah,
that's the one he
multifamily.
joined into, and so we
That's the
already
name
have
of
that one
Venus
going.
stuff.
Hmm?
That's usually that's the name of Venus stuff. That's the name of
Really?
her.
I
Yeah.
think the other one is too. Let me see if I can find
Master
it.
multifamily. It'd be cool to know because I know a lot of these guys now.
I can't remember the dude's name because I wasn't at the event. Let's see.
Mastering multifamily San Diego.
It might be similar, but not exactly. Let me
Well,
see.
anyways.
But
Anywho,
yeah,
we're doing a podcast, so we'll worry
no
about it
problem.
later.
Yeah.
But okay. So what's your guys' acquisition strategies? How are you guys gonna find these deals? And how are you guys gonna fund them?
So how we're gonna find them is one of the ways we're already finding them. We already have at least 20 multifamilies in our new email for underwriting. We're putting the word out there. Your name is your brand. So all of us are just posting, hey guys, we're looking for multifamily, 100 units and up. Some people are sitting at 60 units, 70 units, which is okay. We'll still look at those, but I'll break down why we want 100 units and up. Because say with the 60 units, you might not have enough spread on the deal to be able to have on-site management. So the goal is we don't want to have to deal with any kind of management. So we're targeting 100 units and up. So with that, with those numbers, we can actually have enough doors to have on-site management. So that's why we're going 100 doors and up. So 100 doors in 100 days is the goal. And
So really one day, well, you just really want one deal
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Just a
I mean,
deal and before the end of the quarter.
yes, yeah.
That makes it
Which I feel
sound a
like is
lot.
definitely doable.
It is doable. I think you
So
got it.
especially with the team we got going on. And then as far as finding the funding, if we have a good deal, it's not going to be much of a problem. And even what Stefan said is he's not even worried about how he's going to find the money. Because if we have the right person backing us and we have a great deal, people are going to be lining up to invest in this thing. Because we already have such a big network. I have people I can reach out to have money. Everyone we're working with, even our buddy Mike, he has a lot of friends with money. He used to own a business and do something separate from multifamily or real estate. So he's got a lot of people he knows from there that have money. So all of us know a bunch of people with money. So that's one thing we're not necessarily worried about is finding the funding. It's just mainly finding the right deal.
So my man, what can we plug for you? I know you have an Instagram. I bet you have a YouTube channel. What should I plug for you? What do you want people to go to? What do you want them to send you deals? How can I help you? What can my audience do for you?
Okay, awesome question. So as you can see, instead of putting my full name, I actually put my Instagram at Danny Buys Homes. So go hit that up. Part of me was, oh shoot, maybe I need to change it to Danny Buys Multifamily. But no, the homes thing. I'll the username. So the username staying for now until maybe one day I'll get someone to sell me just at Danny or at Danny Harrison. I don't know. We'll see. But
I
for
think
now,
it's
it's
fine.
Danny Buys Homes. So Danny Buys Homes on Instagram. And YouTube, if you type in YouTube at Danny Buys Homes, you'll get the same thing, but put the at in front of it because it's still hard to find my page because it's a little bit smaller right now.
You cut out there. Say that again. Say
Okay,
that again. You
so
cut out there
same
for.
thing
Oh,
on
you said
YouTube.
that.
So if you guys want to find my YouTube, see Microflip Mafia and just the content we're doing live streaming and uploading videos on what we're currently experiencing through the day to day and our multifamily journey and just our journey in life too. Because it's not all about business, right? You gotta have some time where you actually enjoy life too. So we do introduce some of that on there too. Going to Puerto Rico, I made a vlog when we were in Puerto Rico. I didn't record as much as I wanted to, but I wasn't really thinking about it, right? But at Danny Buys
What?
Homes on YouTube also. So type that in on your
Okay.
search
Same
bar.
thing.
Same exact thing. and you'll find my YouTube channel. You'll find my Instagram. That's my 2 main pages. And if you want to reach out to me, send me a message on Instagram.
I love it. I love it so much. My man, you've been amazing. You've been a great guest. Thank you so much for coming on. Do you have any last words for the people?
Any last words? Stay focused. Have confidence in yourself. Don't give up.
I love it. I love it so much. All right, guys. That's it for this one. Danny killed it. Episode 93, Scorch the Fears. Next week, same time, 5 p.m. Thursday, PST. Let's freaking go.